It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
You decide when you lose, not other people.
And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and of course the subscribe button and join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Kick.com/Side Scrollers. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Did you have a good weekend? You did. You ready for a great week? You are. Oh, that's good to see. I'm so glad. That's great. Blabs, how are you today?
I'm good. I had a very unplugged weekend, and I'm ready for all the shitstorms of the internet.
welcome back to the internet. Here it is. just nonstop shit everywhere. It's
Literally,
crazy.
it's in the title.
Yeah, well, nah, poop is in the title. We can't say shit.
Shizer.
Yeah. All right. You unplugged. That's good.
Yeah.
I did not. I was engulfed in gaming culture this weekend. And I'll talk about that in just a little bit. It was really fun. It was fun to get back. Joining us today, Kay from Melee Games. How are you?
Hello. Look, last time I came here, maybe the time before, I don't remember. I asked you a very important question, and today I have another important question, okay?
For me?
I know you're going to talk about great topics today, but I need to know something.
Yes.
Okay. I've been in a debate because I think dark chocolate is the most pointless food ever. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it. It is disgusting.
Yes.
And I don't get why people like it. So I want to know, is there anyone on earth that actually genuinely enjoys dark chocolate? I do not.
So
you like dark chocolate?
Okay. Listen, you're bringing some really good conversation starters.
Have you ever had a
here,
York
right?
before? A peppermint York?
Blabs. York is primarily everything but chocolate. It's just the outer coating.
Have you ever had any dark chocolate?
Yes,
like,
I had a Reese's cup. They poisoned my Reese's cup with freaking dark chocolate. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
I'm sorry. Let's just turn it down real quick.
Reese's Pieces are good, right? They taste amazing, but they're full of crap. Have you ever had natural good dark chocolate?
Stop. Everyone stop.
It's hammer time.
I'm already stressed out. I just got here.
You brought this on yourself.
I did.
Right.
I do that.
Can you say what kind of candy that was one more time, please?
Reese's. What?
She said Reese's.
Yeah, I thought you said Reese's.
Listen,
okay.
I'm Canadian. We say weird shit. I say
you say bagel.
Shizer.
It's crazy.
I say bagel. What do you mean?
Well, I know Ontarians all say bagel, like there's some.
Okay, but Toronto's a different breed. It's like a weird mix of an accent over there. They've got like the East Coast accent, and then they kind of sound like rappers at the same time. I'm West Coast, baby.
Well, we're glad you're here. Regardless, Kay, welcome. A lot of you guys may be wondering where Razor is. He's usually joining us on Monday. Razor has he's had a lot of stuff happen recently, so Razor's going to step back for a little bit while he addresses some of that stuff. I think his channel's doing really well. He's got to work on a lot of videos and stuff. He's like, hey man, I need time. And I was like, cool, I totally get it. And as with the show, everybody comes on voluntarily, so it's not like, damn it, crack the whip, come back, Razor. Obviously, I told Razor, he DM'd me yesterday, and I was coming back from Waco after going to this gaming convention I was at over the weekend. And selfishly, my first thought was, shit, the show. And I got back and I realized, like, fuck. Like, my first thought should have been, how can we help you? And, so I want to know how we can help, as with any of our hosts who come on the show. So, anyways, we're going to support Razor in his whatever he has going on. And, if he says he needs help, we'll gladly help him, as I know you guys will too. So, So Kay's in with us today. Tomorrow we have who do we have tomorrow? We have Yumi in the movies joining
Melanie.
us.
Melanie's gonna be back, and then Yumi in the movies.
Oh man, good stuff. So I want to invite you guys. We got a great week of side scrollers ahead of us. Looking forward to it. Also, we are live over on Rumble at rumble.com/side scrollers. Past 5,000 followers over there. Big news on Rumble today. They announced the Barstool Sports is joining them over there, which is a big deal. I don't know. Do you ladies know who Barstool Sports is?
Yeah.
Of course. Have you seen the pizza reviews? Come on.
Yeah, dude, come on.
We love
Genius
that.
format.
The corner is great.
I think that exact format can be copied just for tacos. I think you can do the
100%.
exact same thing. Yeah.
100%.
For sure. Which, makes sense down here in Texas. I actually thought about it. Should we start like a 1 minute or like one bite taco reviews and just totally rip off Dave Portnoy? Yeah? Be good. So that was pretty big. But so join us over there. By the way, we do have more followers on the Side Scrollers podcast channel at rumble.com/side scrollers than Barstool Sports at this time. So F you, Barstool. Suck it! But we're just not making the money that Barstool is by signing deals with Rumble. So with that said, we do have an X account. You can find us over there at x.com/sidescrollerpod. Yeah, there it is. We also have an Instagram, don't we, Blabs?
We do, and we're posting memes and clips and videos of the show all the time. So follow us there or else.
We also are on our final week over on Twitch at twitch.tv/stutteringcraig. If you guys watching over there, we can't deal with your nonsense platform anymore. I've supported it for well over a decade, and I can't deal with it anymore, right? So do us a favor, head on over to Kick, Rumble, or YouTube and join us. But before you do, make sure you use your Prime sub on us. We'd really appreciate that. And bleed Jeff Bezos of all of his money and his billions. Just hand it over to us, $2.50 at a time with that Amazon Prime sub for free. Also, we have a Spotify account, which continues to grow, which is great. If you guys want to listen to the show, you can. Obviously not live, but you can find us afterwards, which is great. Blabs uploads that every day. It's awesome stuff. If you're first time tuning in live or not live, hit the subscribe button. Join the 65,200 wonderful common sense lovers in the video game and entertainment space. And as always, our goal is 500 likes. So do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button or the like button. Just scroll your little mouse over there. Boop, pop it right there. We have a goal of 20 memberships every single stream. Let's see if we can hit that today. We're on a great little streak of hitting that. I think we've hit last 4 streams in a row, which is great. So let's keep it on. So with that said, welcome on out to the show, everybody. Glad you're here. I know a lot of people are excited about what we have to talk about today, including the UFC. We got some stuff about J.K. Rowling.
Rolling
Rowling
like a river.
Rowling. We're also going to talk about this hot, popular new game, Palworld, which 5 million people have downloaded over the weekend. 5 million people downloaded that over the weekend. That's insane. We also have news on Alec Baldwin, and of course, we're going to talk about Dark Side Phil, because there's news, and anytime there's news, people want us to address the news. So I don't think we've talked about Phil in months on the channel. And we've really moved past, but this actually does indirectly affect me and us in a weird way. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. So with that said, so I want to talk a little bit. So this weekend I went to this gaming convention down in Waco, Texas called ATG. It had some awesome interviews while I was down there. The interviews that I did down there were they were wide-ranging. If you want to hear about, I talked to the Pacina brothers, Daniel and Carlos Pacina. Daniel played Johnny Cage in the original Mortal Kombat. Check this out. I want to show you this. They gave me this, and this is a signed Mortal Kombat 2 marquee with
beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? And it has,
nice.
Yeah, isn't that great? And so they signed it as their characters. So, anyways. I did this ridiculously cool interview with them where we talked. I'll tell you what, man. It was probably 2.5 hours where we just sat down and we talked. We talked martial arts. We talked, obviously, Mortal Kombat. I found out stuff about Mortal Kombat that I never knew. I found out about the origins of it. Found out about characters that were supposed to be in the game that never were. And that was awesome. So that interview is going to be going up here soon. I'm going to be sending it over to an editor for them to edit, and sliced together, and we'll see how that goes. Also have an interview with Maven, the former WWE superstar, the one guy who won Tough Enough, that's coming up. But the hidden gem in all the interviews that I did over the weekend was with this guy named Paul Niemeyer. Now, you've never heard of Paul Niemeyer before, but he's an artist who actually designed the artwork on Mortal Kombat, the arcade game, right? He did like the marquee artwork and the side of the video game and stuff. You've never heard about this guy because they've never included him as one of the original guys because he was a freelancer at the time. He didn't work for Midway. Now, his name is in the credits, but it's misspelled. So we talked for probably 2 hours about anything but Mortal Kombat. This is a guy who survived an avalanche. He survived jumping out of a plane and his parachute getting caught in. This guy's stories were insane. And that's where I want to go with these interviews when you see them aired. I want them to be pretty much about anything but their accomplishments in the video game space, right? Because we know these people for this, but there's people behind and there's stories behind those people. And that's my whole objective of when I have these interviews and conversations. I also interviewed Blue Scooty, which was like just about an 8.5 minute conversation. He's a 13-year-old kid. He's not going to sit down for like an hour and a half. But that'll be going up tomorrow on the channel. I edited that earlier today, and that's going to be going up. And I also spoke with Carrie Smith, who does a podcast called Deprogrammed, who was very, very radically left. And it doesn't have a whole lot to do with gaming outside of the culture itself. So it'll be a little bit of a departure. But we do talk games and mainly the culture associated with games and how it's kind of spread to everywhere else and why video games and entertainment are so important to the greater good of it. So anyways, lots of interviews coming up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you talk to Carrie about her cowboy boots?
Not on camera.
Okay, but you saw them.
Yes, she has boots
Cool.
and she wore a hat and she was very, very nice. I met her husband and we did the interview at her house, which was very, very cool. So yeah, it was great. Loved it. Loved everything about it. So lots of interviews coming up. Very much looking forward to sharing those with you guys and getting into it, man. We, like I said, I think the plan is moving forward, starting in February. After we start, so here's the plan. Coming up February 15th, we're going to have a big old 1 year celebration of Side Scrollers as we focus in on year 2. We're going to have a lot of friends show up. We're going to do a 12-hour stream. It's going to be a nonstop podcast for the day, right? Starting at 11, ending at 11. We're going to go all day. We're going to have lots of goals and all sorts of stuff. And the idea, we're going to share a lot of the things we have coming up then. And after that, that's when we're going to start posting these interviews because I do think they're kind of timeless. There's nothing that's super timely outside of the interview with the 13-year-old young man, Blue Scooty, who, once again, that's going up tomorrow. So good conversations. And those will be going up on the weekends when we don't have live podcast. So with that said, yeah, man, I'm excited for everything we got going on. I want to let you know that Extra Zero came in with a $4.99 super chat. Says, I think it's time for James or Jim Jam, as he's known by Nabisco, to educate Craig on the great cereal wars of 2024 and the coffin of Andy and Lele. Tell me more there, not James.
Well, Extra Zero has been involved in a cereal war on our channel. And so whenever we're streaming, he'll just randomly stream elements as things about cereal. So there's been a whole war going on. Coffin of Andy and Lele is a game that had a lot of controversy because it's about characters that go into cannibalism. There may or may not be some incest that happens. James did a whole stream of that on our channel for 10 hours. So there were people that were getting like the creator got pretty much chased offline for it, even though it's all fantasy.
All right, nice.
Yeah, that's the update.
Oh, so you mean you weren't actually eating people? It is fantasy?
It's fantasy. I wasn't actually eating them. I don't have a person here.
Just
nom,
full,
nom.
I'm not eating
clarity.
a limb here.
She's got a little chicken leg, but it's actually a human leg.
The Worthy One says some people eat dark chocolate for dietary reasons. This is true. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm not one of. I'm not a huge dark chocolate. I want to weigh in on this.
But you're a weirdo. You don't like tea. You don't like coffee. You don't like dark chocolate. You don't like mayonnaise. What else don't you like that we had a conversation about last week?
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, he's just a big old
It's just
weirdo.
mayonnaise.
He doesn't like mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise looks gross.
It does look gross.
It does look gross. We know that. We know
gross.
that. Yeah, absolutely. Dermy came in. Remember? Thank you very much. That's Hell K, my life partner. Nice. There you go, Dermy. Appreciate it. My boy
All right,
Kenzo came in. Says, "Let's go Chiefs. Let's go.
Hi, Kenzo.
Let's go Taylor Swifts." Sailor Dream came in as a member for 2 months. Says, "I'm a person. Craig, interview me." No. Goes nowhere, does nothing. Came in with the 2. Says, developers.
It's chasing me. It's chasing me everywhere. Stop it. It's stuck in my head.
Abdulio came in with the 2. Says, it's a Gundam warned the creator of the documentary that DSP would likely cancel him when he interviewed him a few days ago. He called it. Well, we'll get to that in just a little bit. Shiny King came in with the 5. Says, thank you very much. Says 66% dark chocolate is by far my favorite sweet. White and milk chocolates just taste like artificial sweeteners. Makes me gag. Shiny King.
Chocolate's the best.
White chocolate's God tier for sure. And Almond John over on Rumble says, "Did you guys get any ice in Texas? We did in Oklahoma. We did not where I live, but we've had ice in the past week. Yes, it's been very chilly for sure. Yeah." Peter came in, says, wine chocolates are the ones to look out for. That stuff is evil.
Wait a
wine
second, is it like
chocolate?
just infused with wine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have seen those. Yeah, those are.
What? If it's bad, like a wine box wine, obviously, it's gonna be shit.
All right, you ladies ready to get into it? We got a lot to talk about today. All right, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Yumi in the movies will be joining us tomorrow. That is who has that wonderful yeehaw, and hopefully we can get it live. I'm looking forward to that. Did you say he's doing some green screen stuff for us?
He is. He's just been super busy. He hasn't been able to do it yet.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. Looking forward to having Yumi in the movies on tomorrow, and we're definitely going to do a live action intro for Hard News, which will be great. So, all right, let's get into it. Ladies, do you remember not too long ago when Alec Baldwin shot somebody?
Yeah.
You remember that?
You remember when he killed that woman?
Remember when that lady died after he shot her on a movie set and stuff? And
It's so bad.
Crowed
It's
her.
terrible.
Yeah.
it is terrible. It's a horrible situation.
It's
like nobody.
awful.
It's the worst. Well, Alec Baldwin, after thinking that the damn near kid got away with it too. Not quite, says the law, as Alec Baldwin faces a new, by the way, coming from the BBC, which stands for Blabs?
Big black.
Computer. Alec Baldwin faces fresh new manslaughter charge over the Rust shooting. So Rust was the name of the movie that he was on. God, he just looks dead inside.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So a grand jury in New Mexico has charged Alec Baldwin with a fresh count of involuntary manslaughter over a fatal movie set shooting in 2021. So his previous charges against the Emmy Award-winning actor were dropped last April, just 2 weeks before a criminal trial against him was set to begin, which, very, very fortunate timing for that. I think there's probably some lawyer finagling happening right there. But local prosecutors have since shared, quote, additional facts from forensic tests on the weapon used in the shooting. So obviously the attorneys for Mr. Baldwin told the BBC, "We look forward to our day in court." But they didn't in April when they quickly tried to get the charges dropped before it happened.
Who looks forward to their day in court?
Nobody.
What bullshit is that? We're excited to go to court and see if he goes to prison for life. Yay!
I can show my favorite outfit. Let's go to court.
Yay!
Let me tell you who looks forward to their day in court. Every single lawyer loves being in court. They're just
They're all giddy.
Right. We're rich. Let's go. So Baldwin was practicing shooting the Colt 45 pistol on the scene, blah, 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 blah. But the gun went off, fatally striking 42-year-old cinematographer Halia Hutchinson and wounding the director, Joel Souza. Okay, so the actor he said he didn't pull the trigger and only drew back the hammer of the pistol, right? And this is a 45.
Itself?
Well, pretty hard to do.
Yeah, like
right.
what?
Right. He also argued that it's not his fault because he didn't
gun
know.
made him do it.
Because he didn't. Yeah, because he didn't know the weapon contained live rounds, and because no live ammunition was supposed to be on the set. This goes back to it now. That's why it's involuntary manslaughter. Like, you didn't mean to do it, but that's where the involuntary kind of comes into it, right? I would imagine. So, anyways, there it is. It's pretty crazy to think about that. This is he may actually go to court, and what if he actually does get charged? You know, could he potentially see a little bit of jail time here?
You know, wasn't there a lady involved? She was like the weapons lady, and she was completely unqualified for the job. Where is she in all this? That's what I want. You don't hear about her anymore. Like, she's been swept under the table. It's all about Alec. Obviously,
You're right.
he's the one who did it, but there's also responsibility elsewhere, and we never hear about this woman anymore.
Yeah.
I find that weird.
Well, you know, you're right, but I think that doesn't make headline news for the BBC.
No,
Alec Baldwin does, right?
That's true.
Alec Baldwin is the Emmy award-winning actor.
Emmy Award murderer.
That's right. It's really. I hope this goes to trial, and there's footage of him afterwards. There's police cam footage afterwards, and he's, to his credit, like, I think this guy's a scumbag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just personally, but to his credit, he has really. He cooperated with authorities, and you can tell he didn't mean to do it, right? Mm-hmm. But just because you didn't mean to light the fire that burnt down the hospital doesn't mean that you still don't get charged when something like that happens. As at the end of the day, as you said, somebody is still dead. So, Katie, you got any thoughts on this?
I just find it funny that the anti-gun guy is the one that's ending up in trouble for using a gun. That's
Yeah.
here.
He's the mostest anti-gun guy, for sure.
Exactly. It's like, well, but no, I agree. He needs to go to court. Let's see what happens. And I also agree with Labs, actually. The people around should be responsible too. Like, he's not the one that loaded the gun. So I hope that they bring that into court too.
Yeah, I don't think he should be the only one going to jail, honestly. The armorer, as the chat corrected me, should also be facing some crime punishment here because she had no idea what she was doing. She was handling a weapon.
Anybody who's handled a firearm knows that the number one rule with a firearm is that you always treat it like it's loaded. Always. You always treat it like there's a bullet in it. You're always that it's armed. And you never point it at somebody. You never, like, that's just the number one rule. Now, I understand on movie sets, it's a little different. And it's really, I mean, it's amazing. If you just look at this from a super high level perspective and you look down on it, you say, why was there live ammo on a movie set at all? Like,
Right.
period.
100%. It makes no sense.
Zero sense. And it's a wacky ass story. It's crazy.
Maybe it was actually on purpose. Like, someone had planned to murder somebody and it went wrong and hit the wrong person.
Well, that's the whole
dun.
conspiracy with the crow, right? Brandon Lee, like, because he died. And you can see that in the film. I haven't watched the whole film. I just know that part. But that was the whole thing. There's a conspiracy that they were, like, upset that he was trying to bring martial arts to, like, North America, essentially, and make it worldwide. So who knows? But the ammo shouldn't have been there. There's no reason.
It's crazy stuff, man. And hopefully he'll see his day in court, whether he's convicted or not, right? But the idea of having new evidence, that's always interesting, too. This shooting happened over 2 years ago. And now they're like, by the way, we got new evidence. It's really weird how that just conveniently happens. I don't know. Maybe that's
it's a media cycle thing, right?
Yeah, it's weird. Crazy stuff. Check this out. Epsilon Sama came in and says Craig has some black inside. That's why he hate mayo. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Suffer So Proud says, ever consider having Solid Rev as a guest? We would love to have everybody as a guest on the show. Solid Rev. John, I'm pretty sure I'm familiar with Solid Rev. So,
I wrote it down.
Jeremy says, listen, sometimes you got to slap a bitch. Alec just took it further. That's right. Sometimes you got to slap a bitch. That's right. Alec knows my philosophy on life. It's
hey,
ridiculous.
he's no Sean Connery. Come on.
Oh, well, that's true. This is true.
Yeah, there's gonna be some bitches in there.
There you go. You just need to play a little bit. I don't need the full 44 seconds of that. just slap it around, man. Thank you, Dermy. Cesario says Carl Jobs referenced your reaction video to the completionist phone call in his latest video on him getting ripped by a lawyer reacting to the drama. Oh, I'm in a.
Oh, juicy.
Ooh, juicy. I didn't get a chance to watch that. Well, maybe I should do a reaction to Carl Jobs reacting to me. What do you think? Should make it super meta? No?
You should just make it an infinite reaction. Just keep reacting to each other forever.
I love it. I love everything about that. Well, thank you for the heads up. I'll need to find that. I saw he had a new video up. I didn't get a chance to look at it though. So, Varian Braxton came in and says the armorer was inexperienced, but IRC.
I don't know. I'm gonna Google.
Yeah, find out what it is. She told them she wasn't comfortable with the job. Lots of fault involved, but Baldwin will bring headlines. 100%. What's IIRC mean? While we get to Noodles. Thanks for that. Thanks for the heads up on that. Noodles came in and says, definitely a happy birthday when I see my favorite podcast. Let's go. Hope you all doing well.
Happy birthday.
Go Lions. Noodles. Hey, I'm a Lions fan now. I want to let you know that. I'm rooting for the Lions to take it home. I was hoping for, what's that?
It's if I recall correctly.
I don't know this internet short. I know LOL.
I literally Googled it, but the chat was helping me out instead of Google. Thanks, chat.
FTW. You know, that's
For the
thing.
win.
That's fuck the world. Hey, you said, I think that woman will testify against Alec. That's true. Maybe it's the armor, maybe, perhaps. Thank you, Hey, you.
It.
And Assie came in and says, the reasons why there was live ammo in the gun is because you have to test fire the gun before they put in the blanks. And Brandon Lee died on set of The Crow because debris was struck in the barrel. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the clarity on that. That's interesting. Interesting for sure. The real Nerdy Neo came in with the 1313 direct donation. It says, love the Melee Games crew. Love them almost as much as I hate Mace Windu and achievement hunting.
You hate Mace Windu?
I can't swear too much on here, right? But I hate Mace Windu. That's what I'm going to say. I really hate Mace Windu.
You probably one of those people when he cheered and fell out to his death out the window.
Yeah.
You? He's like, yeah!
Every time I see it, I do the Tusken Raider thing. Woo!
Wow. Wow. Craig has no idea what
All
we're
right.
talking about.
Video,
Samuel
Star Wars.
Jackson.
Star Wars, right?
I don't care.
Yeah. Hey, Almond John says, Craig, I don't like any of the stuff Blab mentioned either. I like real food like burgers, Chinese, seafood, pancakes, chili, gumbo, pizza, steak, tacos, ribs, brisket, chicken, and of course, peanut butter jelly. Sorry, I just read it like how I wanted to read it. But thank you, Almond John. Appreciate that. I appreciate your insight into the foods that you
like a lot
like.
of those things. I'm just saying.
You're not allowed to talk about it though, Blabs. That's the difference.
What am I, like Bruno? We don't talk about Bruno, whatever his name is.
Yep. Crazy T came in at the 100 bit, says, hey guys, hey Kay, half of my favorite Canadians. There you go. The other half is Justin Trudeau.
I don't think that's anyone's favorite. I'm sorry.
Why does he keep getting elected?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not
Corruption. What happened?
It's crazy. Hey, and give it up for CR Vox with 10 gifted memberships. The member bomb coming in right there. That's outstanding. Thank you very much, CR Vox. Been massive. Hey, let's get you on the wall. Look at it right there. Let's go back.
I'm looking.
It's just like I can't even blink.
There you go.
I'm doing the Starfield stare at it.
Love it. Hey, Vox, thank you very much. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you to Vox. Consider paying it forward. That puts us at a sweet live total of 10 for the day. We're halfway to our goal. Let's get there. Dan came in and says, there's a documentary about the Crow in Cursed Films. Tells you exactly what happened and the weird conspiracy theory stories. Bruce Lee family. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of... That happened in the mid-'90s. I remember when that happened. I was probably 12, 13 years old when he died. That was at 94, 93 when that happened, something like that. And I remember that being a really big deal that he died on set. It's crazy. All right, let's move on. And let's talk about, I see we have a poll. What is our poll? Do you like Mace Windu?
Windu?
Okay. Weird poll.
He better lose. Like, no. I don't know why anyone likes Mace Windu. Look,
Why?
he's
He's pretty
boring.
cool, bro.
He's boring,
he like goes
he's
up against
stiff.
Palpatine.
And
He's
he
the only one.
Would you guys shut up?
We're
God.
being nerds, Craig. We're being cool female nerds here.
Of course, okay.
Oh my God.
Don't make me whip out my lightsaber. I'll do it.
I have one behind. I have the
Craig's
dark
like,
saber,
"Shit,
and
man."
I've got like 2 other ones. Anyways, I'll stop nerding about Star Wars.
All right. As pointed out, Hal came in and says, so Blabs, peanut butter jelly time was a meme in the olden days.
I know about the meme. Thank you. It's not like I
Everyone
wasn't
knows that
born
one.
yesterday. I was born in '96. I know some stuff.
You don't know anything about this. This is awesome. Let's go.
I do.
All right. That's all you get.
I do know the meme.
Ridiculous. All right. Let's talk about speaking of memes and flavor of the week. We have our new flavor of the week. It is Pokemon with guns. That's the meme. It's Palworld. Here it is. It's ready to rock. And it sold 5 million copies. 5 million copies over the weekend, which is insane. Fans are claiming that, but here's the thing. It is Pokemon with guns. But here's the thing. It looks
flavor.
just... Well, okay. We'll get to that in a little bit, which I think... Well, hold on. Let's dive into this. Isn't that exactly what Pokemon is? You're capturing these things and they're working for... Like, that's what it is.
Yeah. You
Is
beat them up
it?
a bit, and then you're like, come hang out with me, and then they beat up people for you. That's the whole point of Pokemon.
Well,
Yes.
it's even more slavery, I guess.
Okay, Blabs, let's see if you can move past
And
this.
cannibalism. It's all great stuff. I'm really excited to play this game.
Well, a lot of people are very, very excited for this game. As I said, 5 million copies of the game has been sold, but the Palworld devs say that they have received death threats, ladies, from insane Pokemon fanatics amid Pokemon ripoff claims. So it's pretty crazy to see, man. The game is out. Blabs, do a quick Google search for the top selling like NES games, like Mega Man. I heard like Mega Man 3 sold like 1 million copies. Right? Palworld has sold 5 times that over the weekend, which is just crazy to think about. So
I'll just present it so you can see it. Here we go. All right. Pop. So the top 10 best-selling NES games, and then ranked by sales. And this is from Gamer Rant. So the first one is Excite Bike,
yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zelda 2,
Yeah.
Dr. Mario, Tetris, The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3,
well,
Duck Hunt, and number 1 is Super Mario Brothers.
okay. I want to put this in perspective. This game sold 5 million copies over the weekend, right? And I got another list. Hey, does everyone like Link to the Past? Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past?
Of course.
Guess how many copies that sold?
Did you just hear her say that she's never played it? We're
I
gonna
never
just
played
gloss over
Zelda.
that?
Not even talk to her. Guess how many copies Link to the Past sold on the Super Nintendo?
I would say around that.
4 million. Look at this. Some of the so over the weekend, Palworld sold more copies than A Link to the Past, Yoshi's Island, Street Fighter Turbo, Star Fox, Donkey Kong Country, Final Fantasy VI, Killer Instinct, F-Zero, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Mario Paint, Pilot Wings, Super Mario RPG, Super Street Fighter 2, SimCity, Secret of Mana, Aladdin, Final Fantasy IV, Super Scope 6, Mortal Kombat 2, Final Fight, Super Metroid. My God! NBA Jam. This is just over the weekend. Over the weekend. It's insane.
It's kind of like on track for Hogwarts Legacy. I should Google how much Hogwarts Legacy, because that one beat everything last year. Let me look.
It's just absolutely just silly.
Both
man.
of these are tragic. Let's go back to the NES.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. It's crazy to think about. And it really kind of puts in perspective the idea of how big of a market video games are today. You know, like selling 100,000 copies back in the day was huge. Now it's like, okay, great start, rookie. You know, that's massive. The amount of money attached to these things. It's absolutely insane.
So I can't find an opening weekend for Hogwarts Legacy. However, in 2 weeks, it was 850 million. More than 12 million units sold. I think Palworld can make that.
100%.
2 weeks.
Maybe. I'd also like to point out that Palworld has sold more copies than Dr. Mario, Zelda 2, Excite Bike, Ninja Turtles, Kung Fu, Punch Out, Metroid, Super Mario Bros. 2, Japanese version, ice hockey, volleyball, RC Pro-Am, come on, Rad Racer, Kid Icarus, DuckTales, look at DuckTales! It's destroyed all of these games, and Palworld is going to be some kid's memory. It's crazy. Really, you know what the question is has Palworld outsold the original Pokemons? That's the real question.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't
Okay.
think we'd be able to find that out just yet. I think it'd be a couple more days, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, just over the first weekend, because I have a list right here which shows me.
He's got all the lists today.
Look at him go.
Okay, Pokemon, 46 million copies. Good Lord, it's insane. So no, it's got a long way to go before it outsells the original right
Well,
there.
what is this list by? Is this like total sales?
Yeah, it's total sales of the game for sure.
No way is that in a weekend.
It's ridiculous. But hey, it outsold the Pokemon trading card game. Look at that. So there you go. Look, we're learning here. This is crazy. But it really puts in perspective the total insane market that video games are. The fact that you can sell 5 million of something over the weekend, and most of them are probably digital. You know, I don't even know if the game has a physical release.
Well, that's the thing too, right? Digital distribution is a big deal because you didn't have that with those old consoles. Now you just click a button, you have the game, right? So I think that aids to it. On top of video games being probably the biggest they've ever been, is right now.
Oh, you're muted.
1,000,000%. But speaking of Palworld and how successful it's been, and just the ridiculous amount of success it's seen so quickly, which I suppose I should probably play it. I
Yeah.
guess, you know, we'll see. I mean, I feel like this is where your curiosity peaks and you go, everyone says this is a really fun game. I watched some gameplay of it this weekend and I was like, okay. It kind of had like a Fortnite, like I just saw some little pokey dudes going around and like chopping down trees and stuff. I was like,
It's
all right.
a crafting game. It's very similar to Ark and those kinds of games. So I never liked Ark personally. I know there's a huge following around that. People love that kind of stuff. That's the only thing that actually turned me off from it because I love Pokemon. I love, like the whole idea with guns. I'm like, that's so cool. When I saw it was a lot of crafting, I was like, maybe. But I found out it's on Game Pass and I have Game Pass. So I guess I'm trying it too.
Give it a go.
Do you think Alec Baldwin would like Palworld?
I think he would
There are
love
guns,
to enslave
yeah.
all of those Pokemon knockoffs in Palworld.
He might
Well,
kill them all.
There may not be
And
not
then
be
eat them.
Pokemon knockoffs for long because there's actually a mod that is coming out that is literally just takes all of the characters and switches them over. This is in Palworld. You can play as Ash and it replaces everybody. It's really crazy.
That's adorable.
Okay, you've
So-
officially sold me. I need this mod now.
Yeah, this it's a non-official mod, but it is like they were very, very quick to flip this around. And yeah, apparently like the first fight is against that guy, Electabuzz or whatever his name is. What's
Yeah,
his name?
Electabuzz, because he looks like the character on the cover art, like 1-to-1.
So there you go. You get to hack and slash and do all that fun stuff. So like I guess this is truly the successor to Pokemon here, which is crazy to think. So yeah, it's nuts. Now, Blabs, you wanted to point out this tweet from Master of the TDS. What's going on with this?
So that was in response to the previous tweet, which was, I believe, from Memology, I think. So let me just zoom in because I can't even read that. There we go. So Memology is responding to somebody's tweet saying that if most people will crave and use AI product because of some loophole. And so Memology was like, I created 1,500 original Pokemon Digimon over the course of my life. So to claim Palworld is using AI just because the creatures in the game look like Pokemon is some pathetic cope. Anyone can create Pokemon-like creatures. People have been doing it for ages. And so basically everyone's freaking out about this game. Well, not everyone. There's always some controversy, right? So right now the controversy is AI and similarities to Pokemon. And so everyone's like, don't buy this game. You won't support the real artists. Blah, 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 blah. So Master of TDS compiled all the tweets shitting on the game. And that's what that tweet is. Yeah. So if you scroll, these are all the people who are pissed off about the game. They're just reading all day long. So one person's like, I'm sorry, Palworld devs support AI art and can go fuck themselves. And I think some of the designs border it. So it's like just hating the game because why else? What else do these people have to do?
Is there any proof that it's AI, though? I haven't seen anything that proves that it's
I don't
actually
know.
AI art.
I have not seen anything either. I just think it's funny because everyone's just reading for nothing.
Well, of
all the
course.
time.
I mean, it's entirely possible. All these companies are going to start using AI more and more just to do little bits and pieces to make things streamline. It's entirely possible, but it doesn't scream AI art to me. And yeah, it looks a lot like Pokemon, but I mean, it's inspired by it, so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. You know, like, guess what? Fortnite was inspired by PUBG. PUBG was inspired by something else. You know, like, go down the list and find something that wasn't inspired by something else, and I'm going to call you a liar because everything was inspired by something. You know, everything.
So, You Mean the Movie says, the devs have another game that uses AI, so they're assuming they did so in Palworld. So you're basically just assumptions. Your hatred and anger is on an assumption.
I see.
done.
I
Well
see.
done, Twitter.
But that
Yes.
is kind of a logical train of thought, right? If
True,
they've done
but-
other games that have used AI, why wouldn't they also use it in this game?
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't you just rather... I mean, everyone's quick to judge and be judge,
Yeah.
jury, and duty and everything online, but wouldn't you just rather have the facts? Oh, no, agendas, never mind. So,
Of course not. Let's just be upset about whatever, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna use Midjourney, which is a AI creation tool for art, right? For imagery and stuff. Let's go and make our own Pokemon. So give me a prompt, and we'll see if we can make our own Pokemon. I'll just say a Pokemon-like creature inspired by. Give me a
Pikachu.
inspired by Pikachu, who shoots what? Water instead of electricity. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. Instead of electricity, we'll see what AI gives us. Electricity. We're gonna make it cartoonish.
We're going to
There
get
we
a
go.
horrid abomination, I'm afraid.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
We'll see.
It's
We'll
gonna
see what
have
happens.
six fingers.
Yeah, the side scroller's mascot. Hey, give it up for Jonathan Abear with 10 gifted memberships. Look at that right there, Jonathan. Thank you very much for the 10 memberships. If you guys got gifted, make sure you say thanks. Not to be outdone, Jason came in. Jason, great to see you, man. Came in with 10 more. Wow, this is outstanding. And then not to be outdone, Adam just came in with 10 gifted memberships. Wow. The bombs are real. That's
Here
awesome.
with all these memberships, let's go.
I have a video just for them.
I like your take on boobies.
What does that have to do with that?
I don't know. I was giving them a video. They like
Oh.
boobies. Congrats.
Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Who knows?
Well, if they like boobies, there's your video.
All right. Sounds good. And if you
Just
did,
for you.
there you go. Oh, look at this. This actually looks pretty freaking great. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to pull
We
this
got
up
a
in
new
just a second.
mascot.
All right. Man, oh man. This is awesome. Let me pull this up really fast because this is, I mean, this is definitely inspired by Pikachu for sure. But let me show this off real quick. Here is our.
Oh my
our-
gosh!
Here we go. Here he is, Pikachu, water Pikachu, right here. Definitely inspired by him. But there's multiple versions of him. Let's see the other versions real quick. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh my gosh! Can this be our new mascot?
No,
Look how cute!
because Nintendo will come after us so hard.
True.
It's
Yeah, it looks
ridiculous.
way too much like
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at his little hair on the left. His little curls, little fluff. That's adorable.
Well, there you go.
My brain goes, don't electrocute yourself, because I'm so used to Pikachu with electricity just covered in water.
You dummies.
Gonna get fried.
Yeah.
Jonathan, Jason, and Adam, thank you all once again for the 10 gifted memberships. That's awesome. Will you read these off really quick, Blaz, while I put these fine young folks on the wall?
Extra zero for $1.99. Kay knows who loves Mega Man. Well, who does?
I love Mega Man.
The hell?
James really hates Mega Man, and all of us get mad at him for it because we all love Mega Man.
Old Man Hawk for $10. Prosecutor offered a favorable outcome last fall to armorer Hannah Reid if she would explain how live rounds were on the film's set. She is set to go on trial next month in Santa Fe. Interesting. We should catch up with that next month. See what happens.
Thanks, Old Man Hawk.
I love that name, Old Man Hawk. Kyle Denson for $4.99. An Alec Baldwin Palworld Pokemon would be super effective.
100% kill rate.
The Toxic Jedi says, Happy Bud Dwyer Day. This is true. Humble Dirt Merchant for $1.99. Currently watching on the beach at Owatago Siam?
Hold on, I want to find out find out where that is. Hold on. Owatago.
I'm surprised you can spell that and say that.
Yeah, I'm on fire today. Let's see. Let's see exactly where Humble Dirt Merchant. I don't know. This is all really important stuff. I don't know. Way to dox yourself, by the way.
This is journalism, and someone says Thailand.
Nice. Yep, Thailand it is.
Yo.
Owatago. Yeah, that's, crazy. Nice.
Awesome.
Well, now we know.
Thailand.
Thanks for popping on and saying hi, which is great. All right. Thank you, Humble Dirt Merchant. Hopefully Thailand is treating you fine, I guess. All right, very good. Let us move on. Real quick, dude says, Craig literally just went to Wikipedia for those games lists. Yes, that's exactly what I did. Wikipedia, the one you count on. All right, let us move on, ladies. We have next on our list. We wanted to talk about this. This was I don't know if anybody's going to talk about this except for Melee Games. And Kay, you wanted to bring this up. Give us a little background before we go to this next story.
There is a game coming out January 26th. For those who know about the Yakuza series, there's a Like a Dragon game coming out. We all know about the Yang Ye, terrible voice acting, all that fun stuff. But just recently, we found out that the new Game Plus mode for this game is only included in the Deluxe and Premium Edition and not in the Standard Edition of the game. The new Game Plus.
Okay, so you buy the game for $70, you beat it, but you can't loop back around and play the game once you beat it again with the, like, New Game Plus is a pretty standard thing. You beat it, then you go back through the game, start with your full powered up setup. That's pretty standard for a long while. But they're making you pay $15 extra for this, is that right?
$15 extra. It's $84.99 American in order to get that. And it's called like Master Vacation DLC. Essentially. And so you can see on the chart there, they've got the digital edition comparisons. Now, there is a physical edition as well. There's no mention of this Master Vacation DLC with the physical edition. There is pre-order bonuses, though. So who knows? But as you can see, the Deluxe Edition is the one that has the Master Vacation bundle, and that is coming into the New Game Plus. It's even listed there. This blew my mind. This is like such a standard thing for games, and now they're trying to lock it behind $15.
Yeah, I think it's really shitty. Like when you think the game industry can't get a little bit lower, like here it is, man. Here it is. So here we have another thing from Reddit. I have not looked at this. It says, I asked Sega support about the implication of New Game Plus being locked behind the pack. Let's see what they had to say. They said, good day, Sega. Oh, here you go. Let's read this slowly. Good day, Sega. I would just like to ask for clarification if the implied teasers on Infinite Wealth mean that we need the Deluxe Edition with the Master Vacation Pack to play New Game Plus. Thank you for your time. They responded with, hello, thank you for contacting Sega support and your patience in the case. I've checked back and can confirm that New Game Plus function is indeed only available with Master Vacation Pack. We hope this information is of use. Best regards. Anna from Sega support. So there you go. $15 you want to play the game and loop around. What do you say to that?
It's baffling. It's like the industry is just moving more and more into this like burger and fries mentality where it's like we don't make money off of the burger. We make the money off the fries, the soda, the combo, that dessert, you get all this stuff. And I feel like the video game industry has been moving in that direction more and more slowly with DLC. And now we're at a point where very basic functionality, like if I go on my shelf, half of these games in the early 2000s, I can launch it, I can finish the game, and I can relaunch it and buy stuff and have like a New Game Plus in the game and just continue. This is expecting me to spend $15 extra to have that? Insane. And meanwhile, of course, RoboCop is a game that everyone's been loving, and they just announced that their New Game Plus is free and included, which is how it should be.
I mean, it's legitimately insane. Like,
Yeah.
who was like, maybe they're just like testing it out. They're testing the waters to see how many people. Because here's the thing: people will buy it, and then they'll buy that extra $15 for that. But that truly is for your hardcore of hardcore. Because we were talking about this the other day: how many people actually beat games once they play them? The idea of whether it's I don't know 25%, and then how many want to go back out of that 25% and then go play it again. It's your most hardcore fans for sure. So crazy. Well,
I just don't like the direction it's all going in. And vote with your wallet. That's the best thing you can do. Of course, there's always going to be people that support things, and we all have our different line in the sand of things that we'll do. But if you don't want to see this in your games, I highly recommend not spending the money on it.
Agreed. Once again, as always, vote with your wallet. Always. All right, let's move on to our next story. Okay. So a lot of people know side scrollers because we did this interview with Darkside Phil March of last year. I think we're approaching 10 months or so, right? And we moved on from it. We had some fun with it for a little bit. We kind of, really at the end of the day, we don't really understand why Phil's mad at us. He got really pissed at us because we talked about the show. And I really think that the idea is that he's not necessarily mad at us. He's mad at Adam more than anything else. I think that's really what it is. Adam's on the show once a week now. He's on Wednesdays. So, but Adam has moved on. He doesn't really care. For him, it was like a day, and he was just exposed to this crazy world of Darkside Phil and stuff. Anyways, we did this interview, and for a lot of people, it was like a really big thing for them, right? Because they follow Phil's career and stuff. And I've reached out to Phil a couple times, and when Street Fighter 6 was coming out, I was like, we should play Street Fighter 6, and he never responded. And he's kind of gone out of his way to be like, he doesn't really want anything to do with us. Even after finishing the interview, he thought it went really well, but I think he just really took offense to Adam being honest about his feelings about him, right? So anyways, it's been a really interesting, like I said, we moved on a long time ago, but I get DMs and stuff from people or messages on Discord who were like, Phil's really trashing side scrollers. And it's like, okay, what do you want me to do about it? I don't care. There's
been
tons
almost a year.
Right. Let's all just kind of like I said, we're long past that. We've grown long past the idea of worrying about Phil on a day-to-day basis. But there was some interesting news that I knew about. I didn't know if I could talk about, but I guess the word got out about the Darkside Phil documentary, which was being produced by Mike Klum, who he's been on the show. He was on the show when the Boogie 29922 whatever the Boogie documentary came out, and that documentary has been blowing up. And when in my private conversations with Mike, I was like, "Look, you got to do one on Phil. You got to do one." And he didn't really understand when we were first talking about it, but he did some digging, like he should do. Did a little research and reached out to Phil, and apparently they had agreed to do a documentary about Darkside Phil. And I think that's great. I was like, man, that's going to be huge for your channel. People will love to see that. So many people do they do documentaries about Phil, but they don't actually get Phil. And that was the big thing about this was he had been to Phil's house. He had met his wife. He had done all these things, which were previously thought of as wow, that's crazy. So with that said, the documentary had been teased and announced and all this stuff. And apparently over the weekend, Darkside Phil went out of the way to cancel the documentary. And I have a clip of from his stream where he's talking about it. And we'll just watch this real quick. This is from Poem's Future here. So you can check this out.
My wife has finally made the decision to come back into my content. And Kat now has been here on 2 streams, which have been awesome. And now we're trying to plan out the content where she can do co-op gameplay and commentary with me. And that's a lot of work, too, to figure that all out, right? So it's kind of like we got all this stuff going on already. And now it's like, oh, yeah, by the way, now we got a plan to have all this time away from work so I could film and I could do this and I got to travel to do this and that. And then on top of all of that, just so you guys know, there is one other factor that just happened this week. And I'm not going to tell you guys about it right now. Maybe eventually I would bring it up, but I'm not going to right now. But there was another huge determining factor that just happened. And that was basically the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. And I was like, I just can't do this. All right? So, just to make this official, all right, it is canceled. It's not, oh, it's delayed or whatever. The documentary is canceled, all right? Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't do something like this again or consider doing it again in the future. I'm saying right now, this is not the time, the climate, or the level of stress to really be taking on a project like this.
So there you go.
That is so, like, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, it's not delayed, it's canceled. However, I may think about doing it in the future.
Right.
So it's not really canceled then.
Well, but I think this is very on brand for Phil, right? In my interactions with him, in that, yes, you have a lot going on, but the documentary that was previously released did wonders for Boogie's exposure, right? And did wonders for his career. It made him relevant for a small window of time where the documentary popped off. And if Phil was to take the time and make this a priority, I mean, what are we realistically talking here? Maybe 10 hours of filming, 15 hours of filming, right? 15 hours of your life, to devote to this. That from a strictly time to like a risk reward aspect of it, there's way more to gain from this than there is anything else. But obviously, I was approached to be a part of it. I was going to be interviewed for it and such, and I don't really know how much I would have contributed to it. But I reached out to Mike after hearing this, and I was like, "Hey, man, sorry to hear about the doc." And he put out an official statement. He texted me last night, and I just want to read this off because I think it's people are like, what's going on? How come? What happened? Did Phil cancel it? Did Mike cancel it? What happened? So Mike sent over this. He said, working with Phil was a professional and straightforward process. As we got into pre-production, things ended up not aligning for the time commitment it was going to be. This happens, and the project wrapped up on good terms, and I'll be moving on to other films. There will be no DSP documentary for now, but I remain interested in documenting Phil in the future. So pretty straightforward, and it sounds very similar to like what Phil said. I think that they both stand to gain a lot from working with each other, and it makes sense for them to do it. And I think they're both open to it. But whatever that last thing is that Phil was mentioning, apparently it was a deal breaker for the whole thing. So I don't know. I would love to see it. Obviously, I think a lot of people would be very interested in it, and I think there's a lot of people who are probably in this chat right now who would be very interested in watching it. There's people who make DSP watching like their sport on a day-to-day basis, and it's really interesting, community of fans and detractors, and the push and pull attached to that, which is why the interview that we did, in March of last year was so big, and I didn't know what we were stepping into when we announced that, and I don't necessarily know if Mike knew what he was stepping into when this was released as well. So I think there's a little bit of similarities attached to it. So yeah, I mean, I hope it makes it. I hope it happens. I hope it happens. I hope we can be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. It'd be great. So, you got anything, Blabs?
No, I just think, like you said, I think it's a bit silly of him to cancel it. If anything, it would have been a huge benefit for him. So, oh well, it's his decision, his life, but I think that was pretty foolish.
Yeah. Well, who knows? That would probably wouldn't be the first decision you'd make that some people consider foolish, and
True.
But with everybody, people look at us and like, you idiots. Okay, cool, whatever. By the way, real quick, Dusty the Maverick came in, says, just thought I'd say hi to you before going back to watch the beginning. I met Dusty this weekend down in Waco. Dusty, great to see you, buddy. Welcome on in. Glad you made it. Lols It's Forge says, the Like a Dragon stuff started going bad because the original creator and director left Sega a few years ago. Rip Super Monkey Ball, Yakuza Man. That's interesting.
We miss the Sega days when Sega was on top. Bring it back. Give me Dreamcast
Super
2.
Monkey Ball. That one's fun on my Nintendo DS. I still have the game. It's still my DS.
Oh, it's great. I love Super Monkey
hard.
Ball.
Yes. Hey, listen to this. Winterfell came in with a $49.99 super chat. Says, if I recall correctly, Phil's channel recently was gifted hundreds of memberships. He was happy at first until he saw it was paid for with currency from Argentina. Oh no. Then he had a classic meltdown since it wasn't US dollars. Also, balls. Cheers.
What's wrong with Argentina and DSP?
Yeah, doesn't it all cost the same money though? That's the thing I don't understand. Like, was it a
He's
big?
like, darn Argentinians! Ah!
Hey,
Many have
Winterfell.
tried to understand the man, many still don't.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
The
Winterfell. Appreciate it.
therapist would probably break under him. Like, I don't understand you.
With the $49.99. Thank you so much, Winterfell. That was massive. Yeah, that sounds funny. I don't know. Like, please. It's regional pricing. Okay, so if people from Argentina were to buy it, and you get all these. I did see a tweet last night. Somebody gifted like multiple hundreds of them, and I think the response to that was, "Oh, this is from the U.S." And I didn't really understand what that was. So, here you go. Regional pricing makes a membership from Argentina cost 3 U.S. cents. Oh no! Oh, what a troll, man! I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. Oh my god. God, that's great. All right. Okay, let's move on. That's, pretty genius troll. Okay, so we talked about this last week. The UFC fighter, he had a fight this weekend. Over the past weekend, the UFC fighter who was asked some questions from a reporter in Canada who was asking about stuff, and the reporter like really went hard. We talked about it, I think, on Friday or Thursday this past week. Thursday. So Dana White, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same journalist who approached Dana White, and this is really an interesting conversation. Really interesting conversation. Check this out. Let me pull this up.
You obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with the UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there?
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying
a leash.
Free
speech. Control what people say. Going to tell people what to believe. Going to tell people. I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes.
How hard is that to understand for people? Just the idea like, hey, how about we just let people believe what they want to believe and you shut the fuck up? How does that sound?
I think it's a different journalist, by the way, just from the voice.
Is it? Okay.
I think so.
Let's go to
I think
continue
the other
back.
one probably is still hiding underneath a rock from being
Right,
roasted.
Here we go.
Can tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes.
Okay, so this guy just got put in the corner. Now watch how quickly this guy just whimpers away.
On any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on.
I was asking that question. It's crazy.
No.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever they want.
It's like, what a novel concept, huh? It's crazy.
What was the next question, though, after that? Was he just like, do you like pickles?
Will you clean up my pants because I peed in them just now? It's really insane. And I felt this is very, very true. I don't tweet about this stuff very often, but when I do, I see this stuff. I just said very, very clearly, all you need to do is stand up to them and say, shut the fuck up, and they'll cower down. And watch how quickly that happened. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I was asking about that, but please don't hit me, as he poops his pants. It's crazy, man. And that is a great example of just laying it down, saying what you believe, and more importantly, saying it with your chest, man. He said it with his chest, and he put that guy in the corner. It was great. And that is the one thing about the UFC, and specifically Dana White. He lets his fighters talk, whether you agree with them or not. And that also at the end of the day, letting your fighters talk and have opinions drives interest, drives controversy, right? Whether people like it or not. Case in point, the NFL let Kaepernick take a knee. They let him have speak on his thoughts. People liked it. People hated it. It drove interest about the product. Some people left the product, but guess what? More people are watching it now more than ever. You let somebody talk, whether you agree with them or not, it gets them interested, regardless of what side you're on. It's not a bad thing, which is why, once again, there are things that people say on this show. Let them talk. Let them cut out. I don't care. You know, that doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it, but you're certainly not going to see us bending over backwards to, you know, and kneeling down. Well, I'm sorry for someone to have an opinion that's different than yours. That's what makes Dana White so great. That's what makes the UFC go so great. Okay, you got anything?
I fully agree with his approach, because all these people are looking for is for you to be like, oh, sorry, yeah, you're right. They just want the validation, and they kind of want to bully you into it and make you feel like, oh, yeah, I'm better than you. You can't say that. So as soon as you stand up to them, they always cower away. I'm very pro free speech, and I say whatever you want. Like, I don't let these people prevent you.
Blabs?
I would say, unfortunately, this is only the case in real life, which should count the most, right? However, if you stick up for yourself on social media, unfortunately, it just doesn't always work that way, and there's evidence to prove it, where you say something and all these trolls are just going to come after you anyway, because that's just the social media. However, I'm very much with Dana on this. Like, I don't even care about UFC or any of this stuff. I'm like, not my thing. But yeah, he's 100% correct. Just let people say stuff. I mean, I do think there might be a little bit of a limit. Like, I don't really understand why, like, politics should be involved in sports and stuff like that nowadays. It's like, okay, somewhere else, time and place, right? But yeah, otherwise, say what you want to say.
Well, I think that's the thing of it. You know, we saw Strickland say all that stuff. Some people would say that's a very political topic, right? What he was talking about. And you know, yes, in an ideal world, politics aren't associated with sports, but here's the reality: is they've always been associated with sports. Go back to the Olympics in 1968, and the guy winning the gold medal, putting his hand in the air, right? It's politics, right? Jackie Robinson first got, you know, like race relations and politics associated with that. Like, politics have always been associated with sports, and yes, at its core, it's great to just watch a game and not have to worry about any of that stuff. But it has been, and that's, you know, here's the reality. Politics have always been, in a weird way, in video games. There's been always games that have made political statements. Metal Gear Solid was a political statement. You know, go down the list. There are tons of games that make political statements about world events and all sorts of, and, you know, obviously entertainment. I mean, this is a gaming and entertainment podcast. So that's the reality of the whole situation. And yes, I would love a world where that doesn't exist, but you know, it's never going to happen. So that's just the reality of it. You guys want to see a guy poop his pants?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw it. It's hilarious.
Okay, here we go. I don't know who this guy is. I guess he's a little younger. What an idiot. This guy's name's Boggles, and he's a streamer. I just feel like we need to watch the video, and I'm going to show this to you, and I'm guessing he's in a dorm room of some way, shape, or form.
Hey, at least we know his pronouns. Him.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. All right. So this guy is, he's got a couple toasters in his room.
Wait, that's down. Okay, oh my god. All right.
And he has a fork in his hand. He has pressed the toaster down. He has one fork in his hand. He has two
toasters. Yeah, two toasters should cancel each other out.
And he's going in, and he's going to try to put the toaster. What's the one thing you've always been told about toasters?
Don't put forks in them.
Don't put a fork in
a bathtub.
Yeah, bathtubs and forks. There's like the enemies of the toaster, right?
Look at his face, though. You just know he's got such a low IQ.
Well, yes, of course. So here we go. Let's check this out.
Death Wish!
He knows what he's doing. Come on.
So here he goes. I'm just going to... 3, 2, 1. Now, let's go and stop here and realize what happened. Boggle shit his pants, right?
His pants are are gone. He's like, his boxers are showing only.
He got blown back 10 feet against the wall. Let's watch this in real time.
Death wish.
Hold on. Look at his. This is the face of regret right here.
Yeah.
It was at that moment he knew he fucked up.
Oh my God. The poor Tittles over here. Stop! No! No!
He's only mod. He's like, no.
Oh my God.
Death wish.
Oh my God. Got a shit.
Oh, I think I just shit myself.
I didn't catch that.
I shit myself.
Oh, he very much shit himself.
More than shit yourself, bro.
Oh my God. This is the problem. This guy. It's a W! Win! What a win! Oh my God. And like nobody's like, is he dead? These people over here just laughing at this poor kid who literally just pooped his pants all over them on stream. Okay. Yeah.
I wonder how far away his bed is because he like flies back. So I don't know if it's like a depth perception on the camera where it's actually farther away than it is or not.
That's a pretty far bed from where he is. I think he flew. He flew. But it's like, at what point are you doing this to yourself? Like, I kind of don't blame the chat for laughing because it's like, come on. You know what you're doing. You're literally like, death wish.
Well, you know, people in the chat are calling it fake. How, tell me, like, what is fake about it? I don't quite understand.
Why even in a fake sense would you want someone to see you shitting your pants?
Maybe I'm missing here. Let's see. So apparently he has been banned on Twitch. We have more to the story. Twitch has banned the streamer who went viral for pretending to put forks in his toaster. So like he didn't really. He says
it felt real when I shit my pants.
So that's just it. Like I don't understand. It looks pretty real, but I mean, the precise timing of this was pretty spectacular. If it was fake, and if it was fake, that's a pretty damn good job making it fake. Maybe I just believe too much on the internet. I don't know. Yeah, Just Jim says too many sparks. Too many sparks, man. I don't know. Mm-mm.
Well, I found him, and he says the toast might be burnt, but at least the bread was made. Let's see. Does he have a shit photo? He doesn't have a shit photo. Oh no! Forget him. I thought he had a shit photo.
You wanted the shit photo.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Well, it may be yes, it may be edited, but. And I've done things like that before in the past with edited video and in real time. But was he interacting with his chat beforehand? Right? Like that's a pretty good little stunt. Good for him, you know. Good for him getting them views, man. If that's truly the case, and if he truly did shit himself, pretty freaking funny. Not gonna lie, it's good. I drink, therefore I am. Came in with the $9.99. Says Dreamcast had the best, greatest, most amazing space combat sim. This masterpiece has a name, and that name is Starlancer. Right up there with Virtual On. Let's go. Thank you so much. Oh, Blabs is gone. Nice.
She got scared of the Dreamcast. We're all afraid.
Yeah. Hal came in and says, but I'm a pet on a short leash. Why isn't everyone else too? Right. You're 100% right, Hal.
Yeah.
I can't say things, but Peter says he wanted to get superpowers, but he got a hospital bill and a lifetime of regret instead. Yes, Peter, thank you very much. And CDI came in with that membership for Tier 1 for 43 months over on Twitch. Says, last week! Yes, there we go. Thank you, CDI. Yeah, we are on the last week over on Twitch. Once again, head on over there and support over there. It's your last chance to do so. All right. Yes, Blabs.
Sorry, my StreamYards is minging on me into like Blabs is getting her toaster when I left.
Death wish!
Death wish!
Use it with Harry Potter wands instead. There you go.
Let's finish. Speaking of Harry Potter, let's finish up with a little bit of Harry Potter here, as this was quite interesting to see the response to all this craziness. Now, here's a tweet with a headline on it, and you tell me if there's anything wrong with this tweet right here. It says J.K. Rowling will be executive producer for the upcoming Harry Potter TV series and will be involved in decision-making on the series. I think that makes sense, right? She wrote the book. She has all the stories in her mind. She's the George Lucas of Harry Potter. That's kind of what she does, right? You know, at the end of the day, she is the creative process. Okay, so there's Harry. There's the future thing, and she's going to serve as the executive producer. Here is another headline attached to this from Discussing Films, which was making waves over the internet. Known transphobe J.K. Rowling is now reported to be an active executive producer on the Harry Potter series, where she'll be involved in the show's decision-making. Okay? So, right off the bat, they're firing fastballs at her. Known transphobe. But here's the problem with this tweet. It's locked. Here's even worse about it. They continued by putting down an area to donate. So tell me again how this isn't political and how you're not going to push your agenda Discussing Films about all this?
Don't forget, also, they've gotten, as they muted the comments, their Twitter account no longer is relevant. Discussing Film. You can't discuss anything because you locked the thread. So it's a bit hypocritic. But yeah. And also, for the fun fact, this isn't news. For some reason, Deadline wrote a new article saying that there's a new process involved for the writers. They're pitching writers and like the team and everything. It's like it's moving now. That was what the article was about. Back in April, when they announced the show was going to happen, they already said that J.K. Rowling was going to be executive producer and have a full involvement in the show and have a lot of say and input. So when they're reading right now on the internet, it's like, this is news from April. We already knew this. Now you're getting mad again for no reason? Like, okay.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
People on the internet getting pissed. That's kind of what they do, you know? They get pissed.
Don't lock your comment section. I hate that. Like, just if you're going to say something, then allow people to say it back to you.
Well,
locking it's so lame.
You know, we did a list on Screw Attack a long time ago called Top 10 Pussy Ass Bitches in Gaming. These people are pussy ass bitches. And that's the reality of it. They're just straight up bitches. And the thing is, they knew what they were doing, like, because they didn't allow people the opportunity to respond at all. They put the tweet out there and they locked it immediately. They're the only ones responding to it. So they knew they were going to go and they were going to cause a shitstorm by putting this out there. So they immediately locked it. What a bunch of bullshit. Like, what a bunch of bullshit. And when you go in and let's just take a look here. Let's just see what these 63 comments are here on this latest.
Asajj is in the Bad Batch? What the fuck? Anyway, go on.
Now you know. So
Star Wars.
But
what have they done to my girl? Okay.
A lot. It's,
just curious. Interesting. Yeah, I was curious to see if they if these
No, they didn't lock any other threads. I went back and looked.
Wow.
All the tweets afterwards were unrelated to J.K. Rowling, and they were able to like comment and everything.
It's amazing, man. These companies are pushing this shit like it's crazy. It's insane to think about. Let's go to one last quick hit before we go.
I have something to say though.
Yes,
We're not going to give you any pussy.
There. I said it.
Well, now we know. Thanks, Blabs.
No,
thanks for the PSA.
It's I meant to say, you were saying they're a bunch of pussies. So I was like, we're not going to give you any pussy. Like, this is bullshit.
I love Blab's comedy. I don't care.
This backfired so bad.
How dare you?
I didn't realize what I've done. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Hi, I'm not crying.
Harry Potter's judging you from back there, too.
Okay, I'm good now.
Just let her go, Kay. Just let her go.
I'm crying now. Okay, I'm good. Put me back. Oh, wait, I can do that. There you go. Oh, no.
Okay.
Hi. Woo!
Oh my God. All right, there we go. It's me. There, Blabs is out. There you go. All right. She removed herself. Hey, Kay, I'm glad you've been able to hold yourself together this show. It's good.
Well, thank you.
Good for you. That's good. Let's go to this last little story, which is, I think, it's an important story to talk about here at the end. It hasn't got a whole lot of traction, but it's a big deal. The platform that we're on four platforms right now. We're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Kick, we're on Twitch. YouTube is by far the biggest platform that we stream to. Now, we're hoping that Rumble can slowly overtake that. But there was a big move by YouTube over the last few days where they have actually blocked the auto sync with Rumble, to where previously when you would what that means is you could upload a video to YouTube and then it would automatically upload and show up on Rumble. YouTube has disabled that, preventing creators from mirroring to alternate video platforms. And they're pretty much saying, what Rick is the head of product guy over at Rumble. He's saying this is an anti-competitive act because honestly, they're kind of scared. Which, from a YouTube perspective, I get it. I totally get it. But from a free and open internet perspective, that's really fucked up. Really fucked up. And it definitely puts a dagger. You have to go in and re-upload things to all these platforms. Whether it's, I'm guessing this also goes to Odyssey as well, Library, Rumble. Pick your alt tech platform, and chances are you can't. The content that you previously uploaded to YouTube will no longer be there, and I think that's really messed up. Blabs, your thoughts?
Well, I don't use the sync system with Rumble and YouTube just because it didn't work for me. So this doesn't exactly affect me. However, this is actually really annoying for people who do use it, and it's just another way of saying YouTube, fuck you to everybody, and it's like, nah, you can't play with anybody else. You have to use our platform only. Or else you have to do twice the work. So it's either like the hard way or just YouTube.
Just Jim says, YouTubers don't sign an exclusive contract with YouTube. No, they do not. No, absolutely not. There's no contract associated with YouTube uploading. And if they did, that nobody would do that. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not putting our content anywhere exclusively until somebody pays for that exclusivity. And that's the reality of it for sure. So Marcus says, what's wrong? Just upload to multiple platforms. But the idea is that previously you could upload to one and then it would syndicate out to multiple platforms. That's why. So now it's a time thing. It comes down to time. And that's really what the big issue is for sure. So
it's not like they're like not letting you upload anywhere else. It's just it was very convenient for those that it worked for. For me, it didn't work, so I never used it. I just upload at the same time schedule.
Brutal Monkey is right. All the uploading takes hours. Yes. It would take hours, and that's the issue here. Is that it's a time perspective. I'm gonna need to look and see. Money. Yeah, 100%. It's crazy to think about, but I don't know. It's something that it's a shame they did it, and I understand their right to do it, but it's still a shame that they did it. YouTube doing that, so it sucks, man. It sucks.
They don't want to play with anybody.
Do we know if it's selective or if they've just turned it off completely? There's a lot of platforms that use that functionality. So I did see that Rumble was dealing with that. I've heard some other like alternative platforms deal with that before. And the functionality worked for me. It was super convenient. I miss it. It was really good because we didn't start on Rumble right away. We started on YouTube first. And so it moved all our old content over as well. And that way it's convenient. And right now with Rumble, our channel, at least, we have an issue where sometimes the stream stutters a bit, and we were able to have the VOD then automatically go from YouTube to Rumble as well. So it is a big knife in the back for Rumble for sure.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm just looking through our content library over on Rumble, and I don't see any videos that have been uploaded here lately, which that's kind of crappy, to say the least.
I think my last one was 2 months ago, maybe, or something, or a month ago. So, yeah, it's sad to see.
Wow, it's crazy. All right, let's go and wrap up for the day.
I've got memes.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, let me just pull this up. There we go. Pop. All right, the very first one from a serious man. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I'm a bird, so is Kay.
Nice. Appreciate that.
We're just having a good time.
Capital murder. What's in your prop gun?
Oh boy. Awesome.
Extra Zero says, "Do you look like you're malnourished? Broken man gets incest ending." James.
That's
Okay.
actually
That's
on
it
his
up.
fridge, by the way. That's an actual photo.
Oh, all right, moving on. How can I copy your homework? Sure, just make it look different so that it doesn't look like you just copied it. Sure thing. Dragon Quest, Pokemon.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone
Look around.
kind of gets ideas from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Side scrollers, Palworld.
Nice.
Looking flawed.
Oh, it's wonderful.
We have more Palworld. What the hell's that? Why do I have a dot on my nose? Anyway. I don't know what this is. I'm afraid. Don't make me whip out my
Dick.
I'll do it. I had one. Don't make me whip out my
Dick. I had one.
I had one. Don't make me whip out my
Dick. Uh-oh.
I'll do it. I had one. Sorry, I had to play that a bunch of times.
That's
I
amazing.
think we're caught up. There you go.
All right, let's get out of here. Go find Melee Games over on YouTube. How about you give us a quick rundown of what you guys do over at Melee Games, Kay?
We do all sorts of stuff, whether you see us play Coffin Vandy and Lele, or we do a roulette stream where every time you tip, we change what game we're playing, stuff like that. So we do a lot of stuff. We have our own little podcast we do every 2 weeks. We do a town square, so people are also welcome to join that. We do that once a month. I pick a topic. You come on, tell me about anything video game related. So come hang out with us. We do random stuff. Tonight is Typing of the Dead.
Nice. Love Typing of the Dead. Good times.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
times. Can
Good
really find
stuff.
out how bad of a typer you are. All right,
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
Typer of the Dead. I don't know what that is.
It's House of the Dead, but instead you have to type on a keyboard, and that's how you attack instead. So imagine streaming that, reading comments at the same time. That's gonna mess with your brain.
Yeah.
Faux show. All right, let's get out of here. You guys watching over on Twitch? Once again, head over to Kick, Rumble, or YouTube so you can continue to watch the show. Once again, this is the last week we're going to be on there until next Wednesday, I believe. So end of the month. Appreciate you guys popping in for the day. Once again, hit the subscribe button on your way out and the thumbs up button. We are currently sitting at a sweet 584. Let's get the rookie numbers up. Let's get to 800. Why not? Why not? Let's just hit it. It's super easy. Appreciate you guys popping in. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Fatality.